Donald Trump's authoritarian takeover is here. It is happening right now, and if you live in Washington, D.C. like I do, you see it all around you every day. It is terrifying, it is criminal, but more than anything, it is just embarrassing. It is pathetic how Donald Trump is using fake crime stats and fearmonger to send his goons after peaceful protesters, people doing their job, for no reason other than to set the precedent that he can invoke martial law and start attacking cities whenever he wants. But that doesn't stop it from just looking embarrassing, which is exactly how Donald Trump appeared today when he spoke to police officers in D.C. And I shouldn't even say he spoke to them. He struggled to speak to them as they went silent as Donald lost it. We're going to get into it all, but before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now, before we can get into the moment of just pure silence listening to Donald Trump's idiocy, not even a laugh out of the cops, I want to start with how Trump began speaking about restaurants.
Actually, but we've had a great period of time, but I've never received so many phone calls thanking me for what we've done in Washington, D.C. from people that haven't gone to a restaurant literally in 4 years. And they said, you know, what you've done it's unprecedented, because what they said, it was just unsafe. We couldn't do it. We'd go out and you'd see the stories, you'd read the stories, you'd see all of the things that are happening. And they said we couldn't stand it, sir. And now I take my wife and my kids to dinner. One of them said he's gone out 4 nights in a row, and he hadn't gone out for 4 years. So it's a great tribute to you. And when I look at you people, I understand why, because there's no games, right? We're not playing games. We're going to make it safe.
I first have to start by pointing out the very obvious fact that this is a lie. Donald Trump is lying. He says that restaurants have reopened this week. Like somehow after 2 days, people were able to gather a staff and get things rolling and the kitchen popping and build out all they need. It just doesn't make any sense. But in fact, restaurant traffic, of course, it's not even up. It's not even middling out. It's down 40% because people are terrified of going outside because Donald Trump's goons will stop you, pull you over, kidnap you. And it's even more than that. There are pretend ICE agents out there who, much like the real ICE agents or much like the real Trump thugs, won't identify themselves. And so more than anything, people are just worried about being kidnapped by someone who doesn't work for Donald Trump. That is the terrifying police state that he has created. But it's all good for Donald Trump because he's focused on the grass. Yes, just like Alyssa.
Safe. And they're all coming in. And people are now coming in. They're making reservations to come in. They want to be in Washington, D.C. One of the things we're going to be redoing is your parks. I'm very good at grass because I have a lot of golf courses all over the place. I know more about grass than any human being, I think, anywhere in the world. And we're going to be regrassing all of your parks, all brand new sprinkler systems, the best that you can buy, just like Augusta. No, it'll look like Augusta. It'll look like, more importantly, Trump National Golf Club. That's even better. But we're going to have all brand new, beautiful grass. You know, like everything else, grass has a life. Do you know that? Grass has a life. You know, we have a life and grass has a life. And the grass here died about 40 years ago. So we're going to be rebuilding all of your parks, and it's going to happen fast. It's going to go up like a miracle. So
anyone who wants to tell you this is about safety, listen to Donald Trump talk about his takeover in D.C. He doesn't talk about safety. Sure, he blathers on and tells ridiculous stories of events that aren't happening as he fearmongers, but what he's most focused on is like the decorating. That has been this Trump term. He's focused on his plane. He's focused on portraits. He wants to rename bodies of water. He wants to put gaudy, ugly gold in the Oval Office and redo the grass so it looks like Augusta National. Like, what is he even talking about? He doesn't know. He's lost it. And you can see it in this weird personal rant that he goes on while everyone just stays completely silent. And then after that, we'll check out a clip of him just struggling to talk.
Terrible thing. But it's a nice victory, you know? I mean, it's not bad. You know, we all have our limits, but this was a terrible thing that done. It was a witch hunt. And I've had more witch hunts than any human being, I think, in history. And here we are with the President of the United States. So it didn't work out too well for them, but maybe now it's turned a little bit. These are very dishonest people. We have to fight. We have to win because we have to win. And you people are winners. And I just think it's such an honor to be with you. And we're going to make Washington, D.C. great again. We're making our country great again. The country is very close to being great. When they say it's the hottest country in the world, they mean it. And this capital is right now, after 4 days, 5 days, it's at a level that you haven't seen in a long time, and it's all because of you. So I want to thank you all very much. It's an honor to be with you, and we'll always be with you. We're going to be with you for as long as I'm around, you're going to be treated as nobody more important. And thank you all very much for being here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Doug, would you like to say something? Thank you, everybody.
President Trump, on behalf.
Thank God this was not another Fort Bragg incident, like Donald Trump trying to get members of the United States military at Fort Bragg to cheer him on, attacking Governor Newsom. But a good thing that we didn't see like a bunch of claps and cheers. They all just were like, you could see people looking around me like, why is he talking about a lawsuit? Right now, isn't this supposed to be about fighting crime, which is not. It's about Donald Trump's crimes. But everyone's just confused, because why wouldn't they be? A rambling, incoherent, cognitively declining, sundowning man is losing it before their very eyes. And it's not just on the issues around D.C. or his own petty personal politics. It's what Donald Trump was talking about with energy right here.
You sell it back into the grid. So all of these big factories that are being built are building their own electric plants fired by oil and gas. They're not fired by wind, by the way, because wind doesn't work, but we won't say that. It destroys everything. It looks terrible. It's a very expensive form of energy. And we're not doing wind. We're going back to fossil fuel. I hope not too many of you people are going to be upset, but we have to go back to what works. We can't be foolish.
They're fired, not by wind, but by oil. He doesn't know, for the guy who spent so much time talking about the liquid gold, and I hate those windmills. They will cause bird cancer. It's like you would think he might have some conception of how energy works and that he's made it, 10, 15% more expensive. It's funny, the things that Donald Trump talks about the most, he knows the least about. Tariffs is a great example. When he's talking about something, it's just because he likes how the word sounds and feels in his mouth. Like, that's really it. And we don't like the sound of those words, of course. And if you want your stomach to flip, just listen to how Donald Trump sounded fear talking about Kristi Noem.
Thank you very much. She's been incredible. And she can ride a horse like nobody. She gets on those horses. She rips those horses around. But I want to thank you very much. And Steve Miller, so fantastic.
Yeah, considering Trump earlier this month said Carolyn Leavitt has the lips, and now he's talking about my Kristi riding horses. Yeah, that's a little just off-putting. I feel like that's torture. I feel bad for the people there that they had to hear that. He was talking about Pam Bondi in pretty weird ways as well. I can't put you guys through that. That's too much to listen to. He seriously got something wrong with him. I heard that, and to me, I know we've been talking a lot about Trump's health. It literally sounded like he was like on his deathbed. He was like, "My Kristi, she's been so great, and we're gonna miss those horses, aren't we?" It's like that is kind of how he talks now. That's kind of like what undergirds all of his statements. Is like this yearning and this longing, but like this understanding that things are coming to a close. Like, he is very clearly in decline, but I think he is actually starting to realize, or maybe not, because he's just such a narcissist and thinks he can ramble about anything, which, he tried. He tried right here.
We're given the right to build electric plants. They become almost like a public utility because we have old grids. We have a lot of stuff that's old. We wouldn't be able to compete with China AI, and now we're totally leading the AI race. And the artificial intelligence, it's a big deal, and it's the hottest thing there is for probably in 35, 40 years. It's a lot of people don't know what it is. Just trust me, it's very hot, it's big. But they need massive amounts of electricity. They need more electricity than we have right now in the whole country servicing everything. In other words, we have to at least double it up to be competitive and to be leading.
You just don't find people who can talk so stupidly about so many topics. It's impressive. The breadth of topics that Trump can sound like an absolute idiot on. It's wide. It's almost impressive. It's almost a talent, but it's not. It's a rambling old man who, again, is just losing his mind. There's really no other way to put it, and it's just pathetic for Donald Trump to have his little cabinet there standing behind him as he gives his fake tough guy press conference. That's what this is about. They know Trump looks weak, and they know when Congress is back in session and it's Epstein files time, he's going to look even weaker running away from that fight. And so they're just like trying to prop him up. And they can't, because actual fighters are holding him accountable. Like Gavin Newsom, who was talking about his fight with friend of the show, Impact, right here. Yeah, not only is it a preference, it's in the legislation. It's actually going to be on the ballot. We're going to affirm California's support for national independent redistricting. That is going to be on the ballot. That is what the legislature is currently voting on and will be on the November 4th ballot in California. So we absolutely agree with that framework. But it's to your point. This notion of unilaterally disarming, holding a candlelight vigil, talking about the way the world should be. If you're going up against an opponent that is not playing by the rules, that's cheating, it's malpractice not to do something about that. It's dangerous, as in this case, because you're quite literally putting the rule of law and you're substituting the rule of dawn. You're quite literally eliminating a co-equal branch of government, because this rigging is not going to be limited to Texas. They'll continue to roll up other states. And at least we're asserting ourselves, not just with moral authority, not just talking about the way the world should be, but with formal authority, the size of 21 state populations combined, California. And so we can actually punch back. We can neutralize what Texas appears to be doing as we speak, likely to be advanced this evening and tomorrow. And we can do so in a very democratic way, a very different way than Greg Abbott and Donald Trump are doing it.
I said this on Twitter today. A lot of people have been talking about Gavin Newsom. My take was, he's not a fighter, he's a killer. Like, that's what we need as Democrats. A fighter is someone who will, here's my press conference and I'm going to be emphatic. But actual action, Gavin Newsom's getting things done. J.B. Pritzker, Kathy Hochul, Wes Moore, we're waiting on you. All right? As it stands now, with the gerrymander that's happened in Texas, that's going to happen in Ohio, in Indiana, in Florida, Democrats are set up to lose 8 seats right now. 8. So I'd like to see a little stepping up. Gavin Newsom did his part. Please do yours. We're going to be talking about that on the show every single day. If you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I'll see you soon.